Good day, learners. How are you today? I hope you are doing well. Welcome to our class. I am Ma'am Jamaica, your TLE teacher. I hope you enjoy your lesson with me until the rest of the video. Happy learning! Today, our lesson is all about basic components of sandwich. This lesson addresses the most essential learning competency. Learning outcome number 2, prepare a variety of sandwiches. The following objectives are: identify sandwich component, identify bread suited for sandwich making, and prepare sandwiches using sanitary practices. Before we proceed to our lesson, let us first answer a pretest. Directions. Read each statement carefully. Choose the letter of the best answer. Write the chosen letter on a sheet of paper. Now, let's play a game. This game is called 4 Picks 1 Word. What you are going to do is to guess the missing letters to form a word that fit to the photos presented. What is sandwich? Sandwich is refers to a food item made with slices of bread with meat, cheese, or other fillings and eaten as light meal. A widely popular and convenient lunchtime food, quickly made and served and adaptable to many variations that satisfies every taste and nutrition requirements. In preparing sandwiches, it is necessary to recognize and be familiar with the components of sandwiches and its classification according to the uses. It is essential because it helps you to perform and prepare the correct way to prepare nutritious, delicious, and aesthetically appealing sandwiches. What are the basic components of sandwich? So we have structure or base, moistening agents, and fillings. The first one is structure or base. It is part upon which the ingredients are placed. It also consists of some form of bread or dough produced that is whole or sliced. The next one is moistening agents. It acts as the protective layer between the filling and the structure. It prevents the filling from softening or wetting the bread. And the last one is fillings. It is the heart of the sandwich. It is placed between or on top of bread. It consists of one or more ingredients that are stacked, layered, or folded within or on the structure to form the sandwich. Structure or base. The secret to a good sandwich begins with a good bread. The type of sandwich has dramatic effect on the finished product. The quality of bread may be more important to the final product than the quality of filling. For example, you have a white bread which was bought on a different dates. The first one is the leftover from the one you have bought a week ago, and the other one is you just bought and it's freshly baked. You will put mayonnaise, lettuce, tomatoes, ham, and cheese on both breads. Which bread do you think is more tastier? Of course, the one with freshly baked bread, because the old bread is dry. Bread have different types. The first one is yeast bread. Loaf bread is the most commonly used bread for sandwiches. The example of yeast bread are white bread, whole wheat bread, and rye bread. White bread, these are long rectangular loaves that provide square slices. It is one of the most versatile sandwich bread. It comes from various flavors and goes well with everything and toasts nicely. While whole wheat bread, it is a classic bread for sandwiches. It is nutritionally superior to white bread, tastes better, and have more interesting texture, slightly more compact, and brownish in color. And rye bread is a stronger tasting bread than white and whole wheat bread. A heavy and a hearty flavor bread that goes with so many types of meat and condiments. The second type of bread is buns and rolls. The examples are sandwich rolls and French and Italian bread. Sandwich rolls are come in all sizes, shapes, and textures. These include hamburger buns and hot dog rolls. And French and Italian bread work well for grilled sandwiches. The third type of bread is flatbreads. The examples are pita, focaccia, lavash, tortillas, and sandwich wraps. Pita comes in both white and whole wheat bread. As the flat bread bakes, it puffs up, forming a packet that is perfect for stuffing. While focaccia is flat Italian bread, a casino pizza, an inch or more thick and very rich in olive oil. It is sold by whole and cut into square, split, and filled. Lavash is small and rectangular. When softened in water, can be rolled around as stuffing to make a pinwheel-shaped sandwich. Next is tortillas, unleavened round cornmeal breads baked on a hot stone. It is used for quesadillas and burritos. And the last one is sandwich wraps, are either whole wheat or spinach flavor. The last type of bread is quick breads. These breads are raised by chemical action of baking powder or baking soda like biscuits, banana bread, carrot bread, and generally more tender and crumbly than yeast bread. They are used for sweeter tasting sandwiches and are best for tea sandwiches. Let's move on to the second component of sandwich, which is moistening agent or spreads. The purposes of spreads are: first, to protect the bread from soaking up moisture from the filling. Second, they add flavor. And third, they also add moisture. Spread also complements the flavor and texture of the sandwich. Butter and mayonnaise are the common kinds of spreads. Butter is the most common spread and an excellent barrier. Butter protects the bread from moisture. Use soft butter to spread on bread. You may soften butter by whipping in a mixer or by simply letting it stand at room temperature. You may use margarine as a substitute or a flavored butter. Next is mayonnaise. Mayonnaise is the most popular sandwich spread. It often preferred to butter as a spread because it contributes more flavor. But sandwiches made with mayonnaise should be served immediately or refrigerated at once and kept refrigerated until served. And the last component of sandwich is fillings. It can be hot or cold and comes in any form of cooked cured meat, fruits, vegetable salads, or a combination of any of them. Include at least one filling, but preferably include three. Fillings have two different types: dry fillings and moist fillings. Dry fillings, it refers to ingredients such as sliced or cooked meat, poultry, and cheese. While moist fillings, it refers to ingredients mixed with salad dressing or mayonnaise. In dry fillings, we have meat and poultry. Meats used as fillings should be cooked, covered, and refrigerated. Meat should slice just before the sandwich is to be prepared to avoid drying out and lose flavor. Thinly sliced meats are more tender and juicy than thickly sliced. The following are the meat and poultry that can be used as fillings to the sandwich. First is beef products. We have hamburger patties, steaks, and corned beef. Pork products: roast pork, ham, and bacon. Next is poultry. We have turkey breast and chicken breast. And the last one is sausage products: salami, luncheon meats, and grilled sausages. Another dry fillings that can also use are cheese, fish and shellfish, like grilled tuna, sardines, smoked salmon, shrimp, and fish fillet. Mayonnaise-based salad. The most popular salads for sandwich fillings are tuna salad, egg salad, chicken or turkey salad, and ham salad. Vegetable items like lettuce, onions, and tomatoes. and miscellaneous like hard-boiled egg, jams and jellies, and fruits. To deepen and enrich your understanding about the basic components of sandwich, let's proceed to our activities. Activity number 1. Modified true or false. Directions. Read and understand each statement carefully. Write the word true if the statement is correct and false if not. Write your answer on a sheet of paper. Number 1. Heating the sandwich in a microwave is the best way of preparing sandwiches. 2. Biscuits are used for rolled sandwiches. 3. Butter is the most common spread and an excellent barrier. 4. Spread is the heart of the sandwich because it provides dominant flavor, moisture, and nutrients. 5. Sliced meats are more tender and juicy than thickly sliced. 6. Whole wheat bread is healthier and more rich in nutrient than white bread. 7. Butter and mayonnaise are examples of moistening agents. 8. Uncooked meats can be used as fillings in sandwich. 9. Bread is the base of sandwich. And last, number 10. Cheese dries up rapidly when unwrapped and sliced. Activity number 2. Label me. Directions. Name the 3 basic components of sandwich and give examples. Write your answer on a sheet of paper. Activity number 3. Recipe making. Directions. Create a recipe of sandwich following the 3 components of sandwich. Use the format below. Title, materials needed, ingredients, and procedure. Write your recipe on a sheet of paper. This activity will be your performance output. Your output will be graded using the following scoring rubric. Criteria. Content. 5 points. Recipe contains the title of the recipe. list of ingredients, and paragraph of written directions. 4 points. 3 out of 4 criteria needed for the recipe are present. 3 points. 2 out of 4 criteria needed for the recipe are present. 2 points. 1 out of 4 criteria needed for the recipe are present, or none of the criteria needed for the recipe are present. Criteria. Transitions. 5 points. A variety of thoughtful transitions are used. They clearly show how to move from one step of the recipe to the next. 4 points. Transitions clearly show how to move from one step of the recipe to the next, but there is little variety. 3 points. Some transitions work well, but connections between other steps need clarification. 2 points. The transitions between steps are unclear or non-existent. Criteria: grammar and spelling. 5 points. Writer makes no errors in grammar and spelling that would cause the reader to follow the recipe incorrectly. 4 points. Writer makes 1 to 2 errors in grammar and spelling that would cause the reader to follow the recipe incorrectly. 3 points. Writer makes 3 to 4 errors in grammar and spelling that would cause the reader to follow the recipe incorrectly. 2 points. Writer makes more than 4 errors in grammar and spelling that would cause the reader to follow the recipe incorrectly. Criteria: neatness. 5 points. Paper is neatly written or typed with all areas of the recipe clearly labeled. 4 points. Paper is neatly written or typed with 1 to 2 areas of the recipe labeled incorrectly or not labeled at all. 3 points. The recipe is generally readable, but the reader may have a hard time deciding where one part of the recipe ends and another begins. 2 points. The recipe is hard to read and understand with no labels present. Before we end our lesson, let us answer a post test. Directions. Read each statement carefully. Choose the letter of the best answer. Write the chosen letter on a sheet of paper. Number 1. The purpose of this component of sandwich is to protect the bread from soaking up moisture from the filling. A. Filling. B. Base. C. Garnish. D. Spreads. Number 2. These refer to ingredients mixed with salad dressing or mayonnaise. A. Butter. B. Moist filling. C. Cheese. Or D. Dry filling. Number 3. It is the heart of the sandwich. It is placed between or on top of bread. A. Garnish. B. Filling. C. Spread. Or D. Base. Number 4. Type of bread which are made from flattened, often unleavened bread. A. Flat bread. B. Yeast breads. C. Quick breads. Or D. Buns and rolls. Last one, number 5. This type of yeast bread is more nutritious than white bread. A. Buns. B. Whole wheat bread. C. Rye bread. Or D. Quick bread. everybody. That's the end of our lesson. I hope that you learned a lot today. See you next time. Goodbye.